Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at Baxcalibur in the Master League, but it's the Master League with all the Mega Pokemon. And so we're going to try to hunt down exactly this Pokemon right now, Primal KYOGRE, with our Baxcalibur, as you're going to do neutral damage as I do only resisted damage, and that's what I kind of thought at least at this point. But I did not really know on how strong Primal KYOGRE really is, which we will see here as well today. As we run our own one, right now, by the way, for Primal KYOGRE, the main moveset would be the Avalanche plus Thunder. Thunder is mainly there to cover for other KYOGRE as well as for the Gyarados. But yeah, I don't do that because I don't want to get rid of my elite move there. But as you can see here, actually we are only barely going to be able to win the two-shield scenario here, as they are going to be able to get us super low, and they survive a one glaive rush there as well, which is not ideal. But in comes here now the opponent's Zamazenta. I will stay in here because I need a bit of damage against that Park here, as our KYOGRE wouldn't be able to knock it out here at this point yet. But with a Brave Bird, this damage is coming in here. It's going to be so nice, and we're going to be able to just even farm them down here at this point with the Waterfall. The opponent forfeits, and we can move on to the next opponent, which is going to be Mewtwo. And we have a fantastic lead here, and also the start was really good for me, because here I'm going to be able to go for the Glaive Rush, just going to do a lot of damage, and I can swap out into my Primal KYOGRE, which kind of wants to avoid, of course, the other Pokemon here, the opponent's Ampharos, and I will be able to get a ton of energy here, which then allows me to get to, more Avalanches, which I thought at least would be the ideal way. And so Shadow Ball is going to be shielded here. I can of course want to keep alignment with other Pokemon that I have here. And I can go ahead and go for my charge move, for my Avalanche. I get the first shield because they are part of Dragon-type Pokemon. That's why my lead is so amazing. And I will even get the second shield here as well. And so far, I'm very happy with it. And now, it's a guessing game. Do they have even Dragon Pulse? Are they going to go for Dragon Pulse? Are they going to go for Thunder Punch? I just go for the safe play. It's going to be a Thunder Punch. And with that, they still have another move stored. And they get to the Dragon Pulse. And with it, this game is over, which is hilarious, because I'm going to lose now against the Mega Ampharos. But yeah, it was at the end of the day a guessing game. If I let the Thunder Punch go through, I would have won this battle, as long as I didn't catch the move. But we will see now what they have in the back, which is going to be their own Baxcalibur. So like, they didn't really have a chance of really catching the move. I think I would have won no matter what there. But yeah, good game there, well played. A very fun Pokemon to run for the current Master League meta as the Mega Ampharos. Just a complete anti-meta pick, of course. But was really not that well done there by Mewtwo. We're going to have the Glaive Rush here against the opponent's Gyarados. Gyarados is quite a difficult Pokemon for us to deal with, generally speaking, but then actually not. Why? Is because KYOGRE is just busted. Like, it doesn't matter if all moves are resisted or anything like this, it really doesn't matter. You still do so much damage against this Pokemon. Here, Fusion Mode comes in. I kind of want to keep my KYOGRE alive, exactly for the reason I just said. It's just so strong. And the Avalanche is going to be able to hit them there as well, get them super low. I tried to stop out in time, didn't really work. I can use another shield here, and I can either farm them down now or stop out into my Baxcalibur. I decide to farm them all the way down. I have now Avalanche stored, which will be kind of handy, but they go into the Zacian, which honestly is alright for me, but I would have rather had this, of course, against my Ho-Oh in the back. And we're still gonna get at least the Origin Pulse off first, get the shield, and now we're gonna get another Origin Pulse off, and that means we are going to be able to get the KO. Interesting. Allows me now as well to stop into my Baxcalibur. They're gonna get to their move first. This is going to be very likely the Crunch. Crunch is knocking us out, and now it's down to Ho-Oh against a Mega Water-type Pokemon. But Ho-Oh has, of course, access to Brave Bird, which is fantastic. They go for the move first, which means I can survive that. I definitely survive a Knockotail, even from Mega Gyarados. And this is going to do quite a lot of damage. Is it going to do enough, though? It is, and we're going to be able to win this battle here, even against the hardest counter to this team. Next up, we're going to have Beexcalibur against the Metagross. Not ideal for us, but we have two good answers in the back, and that is why I use Primal KYOGRE as a say-so, because there's basically no Pokemon that currently wants to swap into it. Especially if you would run the Thunder as a charge move instead of the Origin Pulse, you basically have no Pokemon that can come into this Pokemon here, as you then have what you say is like Bolt Beam coverage, which means you have Ice-type coverage as well as Electric-type coverage, and I think it's only like the Steel and Electric-type Pokemon that can resist both of those moves. And basically everything else is going to take super effective damage or neutral damage from this, so it's practically impossible to counter this Pokemon like this. And that's why it's the #1 Mega as well for this kind of meta. And I didn't do a lot of videos or anything towards this cup. I just don't really enjoy the Mega Moss League. I feel like it's just too narrow on top. Like, you kind of are forced to run one out of like 3 Megas basically, and that's the only thing that you see here as well, other than if you run up against Gaude, who is running then the Mega Ampharos. But like, this is the thing as well, that's why Mega Ampharos, for example, can work in the current meta as well. I'm not saying that he's going to be like crazy positive with this Pokemon. That's not what I want to say with that. But what I say with that is that you're going to encounter a lot of times the exact same Pokemon. You can counter it if you know, like if you have a Pokemon that kind of specifically designed to counter those 3 mega Pokemon there. Like, you have basically just currently Mega Rayquaza, Mega Gyarados, and Mega Kyogre. And that's basically it. Like, yeah, we had no Mega Metagross, which didn't do anything. But like, you really don't see anything else. And this is the thing as well here, the thing that I didn't really see prior is that Rayquaza is quite strong in this meta because of the recent change to it. It's honestly such a very, very strong Pokemon now, because you get to those, Dragon Ascent super fast now, and it makes such a big difference. Like, it makes such a big difference for this Pokemon. Like, Dragon Ascent got buffed this season and got nerfed in terms of the damage output, but Dragon Ascent now is 45 energy for 110 damage. That is just ridiculous. Like, that is just so much better than before. And it is one of the strongest moves as well currently in the game. And it's the 3rd strongest based on damage per energy, which is kind of wild for a move that is on a very solid Pokemon. The best one is going to be Clanging Scales, and the second best one is going to be Mind Blown, like very specific Pokemon moves as well. This is kind of wild. Like, it is kind of wild on how strong the Rayquaza is now. I wonder if it actually has some play in the Open Moss League as well, because I mean, it's going to be a little bit worse stat-wise, but it's so strong in this current meta because you have also one of the best kind of stat products in the game. Here we're sadly going to lose barely against yet another KYOGRE. Next opponent, we're going to have KYOGRE in the lead. This is exactly, by the way, why I want to try Baxcalibur in this meta as well, is because I knew that there would be, okay, yeah, they forfeit straight away, but I knew that there would be so many KYOGRE I could target with it. And we can move on to the next one here. We're going to have now the Lunala stopping in, and again we can just go for the Glaive Rush, do around half of the HP from the opponent, putting them to farm down range for the backline. Either of the Pokemon could farm down in theory with using one shield, but I'm going to decide to go into my KYOGRE here. We can use a shield against the opponent. The Shadow Wall is coming through, would do a lot of damage, but there's of course going to be another one coming in still afterwards, which is okay. Like, everything here is totally fine. We are going to see the full farm now. We have a lot of energy, and this is where Mega Rayquaza just comes in and it's like, it's so difficult to take this Pokemon down. Like, it is so difficult to take this Pokemon down. I try to kind of make a cheeky play here by going into my Baxcalibur, trying to get to move faster, but they get so fast with Dragon Ascent and they can stop out here down to the Zacian, and at that point, it's just tough. Like, at this point, it is just super tough. My only hope here right now is that I can get the Icy and Divas onto the opponent somehow, and then try to farm them down with my Ho-Oh, but they're going to be able to swap out basically immediately after. And what I've also noticed while playing this team today is that Zacian against Ho-Oh is actually not that bad of a matchup. Like, for Zacian, funnily enough. I thought Ho-Oh would be completely destroying this Pokemon, but it really doesn't. And here, I have to hope that I can still get the Avalanche off in time. I try to press on it, but they just went for the move at the perfect time, and they win the CMP tie, and this is going to be it for this game. Like, there's nothing I can do here anymore. They're just going to knock me out because Rayquaza is just going to outspeed it. It's so interesting. I didn't even know that how much more attack the Rayquaza has compared to the KYOGRE. KYOGRE itself, I'm just going to check on the side now how much it is. Here, by the way, very bad lead, but we have 2 good Pokemon in the back, so we can just stop up until I say so. KYOGRE is at 309 attack, which is ridiculous, and Rayquaza is at 329 attack, which means as well, like, even if you do a resisted damage on with this Pokemon here, a resisted Dragon Ascent, it's just still gonna do so much damage. It's ridiculous. Like, the pacing is so much better. You need 4, 4, 4, and then 3 fast moves only to get to the Dragon Ascent, which is just wild. It's the cheapest move on this Pokemon, and it's just so strong. Like, honestly, definitely Rayquaza, a Pokemon that you want to try out right now. Yep, we're going to have our classic matchup against the PRIMAL KYOGRE. They stop out and they catch the move onto the Zacian. Well done there. Doesn't really matter to me because I have my answers in the back still, of course. And I can just farm down most likely with my Ho-Oh. I don't know if they can still get to 2 moves. They definitely will get to 1 move here, but I think it's the only thing that they're going to get to. And again, it does so much more damage than I expected because, I don't know, like, it's resisted damage, but it still does half of my HP. So, like, I don't really see on where this is really resisted damage at the end. But yeah, we're going to have here the Kyogre against us now. Avalanche is coming through. I'm going to go into my own Kyogre, trying to get some extra energy up. And the back is going to be the Xerneas, which I can go for the Origin Pulse against, which means as well that they're going to be forced to use a shield. But not only this, they're also going to be forced to throw a charge move very soon. They're going to throw it basically as soon as they got to their main charge move there. And this means Moonblast coming in. I can go for another fast move and then go for the Sacred Fire to play it safe, to try to get them into a position where I can just hopefully farm them down afterwards as well. Knocking them out here. In comes Primal Kyogre, in comes the Brave Bird, and this is going to be it again. Ho in this meta is really, really strong. I haven't seen really one against me because he has so many water types, but it's so good if you have it in the right position. Okay, here, Battle of the Legends basically. We have here what's called the Baxcalibur against the Zekrom, which is hilarious. But in comes Mewtwo. This is the one reason why I really didn't want to run this cup right now, because it's a bit unfair. But this happens every single year towards GoFest. Everybody who has GoFest basically hasn't ventured the Master League for a while, because we have some new random Pokemon coming in that just destroys everything. Most likely next year it's gonna be the Shadow Rider Calyrex and stuff like this is coming into it. I would assume it's gonna be what is happening for the next GoFest. But yeah, like you basically have like the most broken Pokemon that you possibly can get in the GoFest, and if you don't go to the in-person ones, you are kind of screwed with that. So yeah, that's why I usually kind of hold back on trying to run this meta. But here we are going to be in a very okay position, but I'm not too sure if we're actually going to be able to win this one now, because I make a big mistake. I let this move go, which is usually not a big mistake, but I didn't really expect on how low we actually are now. Like, what the hell? We have 2 resisted charge moves coming through against us, and they just go shield up, and now we are in a really tough spot, and I should have went most likely for the Icy Wind. I went for the Glaive Rush, which is not the ideal play, because Icy Wind would have been only singular resisted. This is double resisted, and at this point, like, even if we're going to land this, I don't think it's going to be able to knock them out either. Like, it's going to be super effective, but look at this, Zekrom still survives, and Zekrom is going to be able to knock us out. So, next opponent, Baxcalibur against Mega Mewtwo Y. I've seen people actually run even Mega Mewtwo X with counter as a fast move. I do think it is not that strong, personally, because counter is just not as strong. But it has quite different matchups. I think it might be a little bit better in the meta itself, because do a little bit more, maybe like the potential to farm down opponents or whatever is kind of cool. But yeah, Mewtwo Y is most likely going to be the preferred Mewtwo if you can have the option, because you have so much damage and you are just a pure Psychic type again that is spamming those Psy strikes with so much more attack than the other one has. So it is, at the end of the day, such a strong Pokemon. But with that, we are going to try to get rid of this Pokemon. And we're going to do it here with our non-Mega Pokemon. As we have the Brave Bird coming through, getting shield. We have the Glaive Rush coming through from the Baxcalibur, getting the shield as well. And let's take a look at this. We're going to have another charge move coming in. Another Glaive Rush is going to land against the Mewtwo, but not this only here. We're going to have another Glaive Rush coming in up against this Mewtwo as well, knocking it out. Baxcalibur is doing fantastic job here. And the back there is going to be a Zekrom. So can we win this now? We have our Primal Kyogre still left in the back here. Can we still win this battle? As they're going to do super effective damage against us, can we survive? Fusion Ball comes in, it is not going to be enough. Avalanche comes through, and this is going to be also super effective, and it does enough damage to knock it out. What a game. So yeah, this was kind of what I was fearing though. Like, I really didn't want to go up against a Pokemon like this. But it's grand. We got to see the catch from the opponent to the Zacian, and they catch apparently quite often onto the Glaive Rush, and we see here some lag as well. Quite a bit of lag yesterday as well, trying to do the battles. But like, it's still 20 times more enjoyable playing this with lag than playing the new Experimental Cup. Like, this is still... I still can't believe on what I had to do there yesterday in order to do the video for Baxcalibur. If you want to see that one as well, it's on the channel. For the Great League, it is... The Experimental Cup should only stay as an experiment, because what the hell is that? Like, what are they thinking? Like, this is so bad, sadly. I wish that there was a positive change towards PvP coming up, but I can't really see that with things that are coming up recently. But hopefully, I really hope that we're gonna get maybe after Worlds or something, like a new format for PvP, like Show 6 Pick 3 basically in the game. I think that would be such a huge step in if you want to kind of expand on Pokemon Go PvP, if you kind of want to expand on those in-person tournaments in terms of the people who want to sign up for them. You would really need to go ahead and yeah, make that change. Make the change that you can basically sign up for yourself with basically in-game, being able to train a little bit in-game as well, because it is a different format. It is quite a bit of a different format. Here, by the way, Baxcalibur is now up against, again, 2 legends, and it's really not looking good because we're debuffed already from our move. We got a little bit of energy though, but can we outspeed the Dialga? Okay, we can outspeed the Dialga. Apparently, Baxcalibur is here to stay, Baxcalibur is here to destroy, and honestly, it was not that bad. It was not that bad for the Open Master League. For the Master League. With the Megas. But what I have to say as well is that while I say it's not that bad, it's also not that good. Like, honestly, like, personally, I don't think that Beexcalibur is a Pokemon that you're gonna see at all in the near future until we have another change towards it. Glaive Rush could have been like 100 damage maybe, and it would have been quite a bit stronger in my opinion, like as well for this Pokemon. Or as I said already in the video that before, I do feel like a Shadow version would make a lot of sense because you have a lot of, like for example this one, like this would have been most ideal in a position where I can farm down as a Shadow or knock out as a Shadow. You can't do it as a non-Shadow, and like that is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, it is how it is. We are here going to be able to take a Psychic that was at least debuffed. In comes the Serum, we're in a bit of a tough spot, but I can go for my own charge move here at least. I can go for my Avalanche, get them low. This looks like a CMP tie, so I could just let the move go through here. Because I don't have shields anyway, so I have to let the move go through. That's fantastic. Good job, me. But I can go to my Baxcalibur. They sadly have Dragon Tail, which kind of forces me to throw my charge move. Otherwise, I would have been able to farm them, but like this, I can't. And they swap into their Zygarde. The final battle here, Zygarde comes in. I have the Glaive Rush still. But I make a bit of a mistake here. I should have most likely kept the move, personally. Should have kept the move and just swapped out into my Ho-Oh. Because what we have, you know, is me being forced to go for 2 Brave Birds in order to win this battle. I want to go for the Sacred Fire first because I knew I can't debuff myself for early. But they go for the Outrage here, which now means I have to go for the double Brave Bird because I am going to be in range for another Outrage. And I just need to hope that this is going to be enough. But as I can see already, this is not looking like it's going to be enough. It is not going to be enough. And if I kept the Glaive Rush, I would have knocked them out if I would have got the shield with the second Brave Bird. So that was a bit of a mistake. Could have maybe won the final battle. But that's going to be it for this one for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the video on the screen. See you then. Bye-bye.